Check, check, check. Levels look good. People in the building. Vader Games TV presenting another episode of Why Always Me. What it do, people? Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the support. It is, it's going to be a good show. We got a lot to talk about. I see people already popping in the comments. Love the love. My gosh, I got to shout you guys all out before this show if it gets started. McLovin in the building. What it do, my guy? Lewis Yates. I see what it is. Happy to have football back. Big Morgan in the building. Rock and roll. Hallow bang out. Big up, citizens. We got this. We got this show going off. FIFA. We got some talking to do. Thank you for being on the show. You know what? I say it. I have to say it. First things first. My peoples come first. Do me a solid. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, people. Let's get this popping. The people in the building right now, believe it or not, 4 away. I'm 4 away from hitting the centurion mark on this humble channel. We're growing. The support, it's all appreciated. You guys tuning in, allowing me to have the conversation, I absolutely love. So again, if you can, share this amongst your peeps. Make that century mark a possibility. I see people in the building. Singing the blues, evening, fella, evening. It is going to be a show. Let's not waste any time. You know what I got to do. You know what I got to do before the show gets started. All right. So I address my peoples, City fans, rival fans, neutral fans. We're all peoples. We love the game of football. Hit the sub button, hit the like button. Let's get this popping. Let people be aware of it. And before the show kicks off officially, let's get it popping. Woo! Okay. We got to address things. We got to address a few things. All right, you see what I'm wearing. All right, I don't know if you missed the intro, but top to bottom, guys. Top to bottom, I'm wearing black. And it wasn't there on the topics. You know, I give you the topics even before the show goes live, so you know exactly what Vader's going to be addressing throughout the show. And it didn't make the topic list. Can kind of get into it a little later, but I'm going to address it right now. I'm wearing black. Another City Warrior has left the club. Zinchenko, amazing warrior since joining the club. You know, put in incredible efforts for our club's success. He's moved on to the Opps. He's moved on to Arteta and Arsenal. And he had a very nice farewell message on Instagram, which actually got shared on Twitter for those of you that are on those platforms. But yeah, heartfelt, genuine, and again, appreciative of his time here, the success that he had. Time to move on because, again, player. He's a footballer. It's a business. It's a profession. He's trying to do what he can for his family and obviously extended family. So he's making a choice for his career. So don't begrudge anything against that, but he's got to move on. Seeing some of you guys understanding that. And I won't go on a rant today in terms of any type of player comparisons. This is not the time, but I want to shout out Zinchenko and what he's meant to the club. So what are we going to do here? Hello, bang out goes, and he's off to our B team. The banter's real. I'm not mad at that. Halo goes, Wagwan, Chris. So the fellas are chatting amongst themselves. I love it. Let me deal with this real quick. And thank you all for tuning in. I'm gonna make this as compact of a show as I can because I know that fellow brothers that are doing this YouTube thing and talking about Manchester City are going to be going live later on today as well. So I want to make that all blend and flow nicely. Okay, so here we go. If you missed it, as a City fan, don't know how you did. Actually, I do know how you did because a lot of things were kind of janky. Some sites were crashing, time delays. But Manchester City's first preseason match against Club America, for me, did not disappoint. Because I've been fiending, like that Jodeci song, fiending. Been fiending for football and fiending for my club's football. So the new additions to the squad, the young players that have kind of come up, I just wanted to see them play. Because again, get that fix, right? Get that fix to be able to kind of chill and then talk proper football instead of all of these speculative and guesses and all that kind of stuff. But the first preseason game over here in the United States, or I should say over here in North America, not in the United States, but closer to home, right? Time zones, not as crazy as it is dealing with some of the UK games. So I feel for you. UK locals that had to deal with the time zone. For us in North America, it was good. It was like evening enjoyment during the game. So was able to kind of get the kids settled, already pre-talked to wifey tonight. We're on separate TVs, you know what I mean? But it was nice and chill. The game itself, despite all the delays, did not disappoint. The players looked ready. Even when I don't know if you guys saw any of the training footage, but guys were focused. And even a few times I saw Pep bring the players together and he's obviously barking out some instructions. It was seeping in. It was fantastic to see. And how the match started. And let me see if I can put this on screen for you guys, because I definitely wanted to see a lot of this preseason game and not miss it because, oddly enough, Manchester City is only going to be playing 2 preseason games, 3 technically, but 2 preseason games that actually happen before the season starts. So we got 2 preseason games, and I had to watch it from the jump. Let me make sure I get all this set up, guys and girls. Okay, here. Bear with me. Kind of making this work. I got a proper. Okay. All right. Nice. All right. Second screen. Come on, Vader. Here we go. Share screen. Boom. I had to. Hopefully that looks good on your end. But I had to get my fix. I had to get my fix for this first preseason game. All right. And the Copa de Lone Star, right? I mean, only if you're shameless are you going to be carrying on about winning some of these preseason games and the cups that they associate to it. But it was great. It was great to watch. And I'm going to go through these players just in terms of who started because it's really important. Ortega, right, had new influx of a backup challenge, but a backup keeper with regards to Ederson. Good to see him play, even with some of the training footage. He's got a quality to him. I love it. And then Walker, nothing new there. Ake, I was actually not surprised to see him because I knew based off of who traveled over that he would be playing. But the fact that he was actually playing right center back was interesting. And then Mbappe, potential, huge potential. Love seeing him. Cancelo, standard. Silva, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not going to waste any time talking about them being on the squad because we knew that. We knew that already. Mahrez, Alvarez, Grealish. Everybody looked like they were ready to play. But the names that I really want to pay attention to is Alvarez and Mbete, because you never seen them. We haven't seen them in this capacity. So my eyes were trained on them. Every time the ball was near them or coming towards them, or I was looking at their movement, it was focused on those 2 players. And they were great. They were absolutely great. One of 2 preseason games. So I don't know if we're going to even see this same 11 again. I don't know. I know we're playing Bayern. I don't think that we're going to be seeing the minutes played by the same amount of this 11 that we have. In all fairness, it's a preseason. Pep's going to have to make sure that he sees everyone playing, everyone's movement, everyone understanding what he has in terms of preparation for the season. So he's got to give playing time to everybody. But what I saw was not disappointing at all. And another thing that I want to address, and I feel for you, all my UK brothers and sisters that had to stay up. I know it was what 2:33 in the morning for you guys. The delays were kind of coming mixed messaging just because of some of the delays weather-wise and setup. I feel for you. If you were able to stay up, power to you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you that missed it, I'm sure that there's some long highlights. I think Man City's YouTube page actually has, it might even be 18, 20 minutes long with highlights from the game. So definitely go and check that out. It'll be worth it. Because you only have 2 preseason games before the season kicks in. And I need to talk about this season that's going to kick in. Let me go to the comments before I do that. And let me also go get into the flow so that I do this nice and proper. Vader games. Comments. Bear with me as I go back. Oh, we got Charlie in the building. What it do, Charlie McLovin with the point. Copa del Lone Star. Greater than the Bangkok Cup. Hilarious. What it do, Lewis Yates. What do you got to say here? Oh, let's see how Eddie does against Bayern. Hello Bang Out. I agree with you. I think it's going to be it might even be a completely different 11, right? Because no, not completely different. But I think we're going to see Eddie start. I think we're going to see. Actually, I'm skipping ahead, but I think we might see the big man start up front at striker, and the youngsters still need to get their shine because I think they're going to be relied on. They're going to be leaned on a lot this season. Charlie goes, was good to see some of the academy players with the first team. Chris, shame that Moore didn't start. Want to see Rico Lewis start and McAtee next game. 100%. Palmer, McAtee, Delap. I want to see more of them in terms of first team play, playing against men. In all fairness, I want to see how they handle it. But to what I was saying earlier, you know Pep's philosophy, and you know what's been hammered ingrained, shared as a philosophy with how they want the development of the club to be. It's from the academy up. These guys are getting proper trained, and it also speaks to why there's so much attention with regards to buying and loaning out these players. They're wanted. They're valuable because they're so well. From a talent standpoint, they're amazing, and then they're so well trained and coached. Cannot deny that. Anyone know if the kickoff this time is 0-100 hours or at 0:30? Is there a 30-minute delay again? Who knows? What I would say, Charlie, get your nap in, and hydrate while watching the game late at night. You'll have a really good recovery the next day. That's my advice. Chris Baker goes, Rico is very young, Charlie. With just 2 preseason games, I don't expect many kids to start against Bayern. You know what? It all depends on the approach. I hope that obviously Pep's going to coach them up to play a proper game and to be successful. Is it important to win the match? I don't think so. And again, I think it's more important to kind of test the mettle of these players versus, kind of playing to win. Daniel goes, big up Vader. I'm taking a shower, was in the gym. I will be back in the chat in 50 minutes. Yo, Daniel, all that detail, much respect. All of you, please do the same. If you guys got to leave the screen to catch a drink or to do anything, let me know so I don't talk to you directly into the chat or on the stream. I like that. I like that input. I like that input, Daniel. I'm just messing with you. But 2 preseason games. So as fans, we got to get as much as we can. Now, let me go back to a proper screen here. With 2 preseason games, Manchester City, social admin, whoever's PR and communication, they're trolling. There's no denying it. They are trolling because everybody, and I mean everybody stayed up. I don't care where you are. You stayed up hoping to see Haaland. And they did not announce anything. They just released the starting 11. City was trolling with the Haaland not starting business, and I feel for you guys that did have to stay up and were amped up to see him play. You weren't disappointed. Well, I mean, you would be disappointed not seeing Haaland, but you're not going to be disappointed because you got to see so much fantastic football. And I'm going to get into the player impressions with regards to the game, 100%. No denying that. But what a troll. Rivals were up, screen recording, whether they were watching on their phone or recording on their computers, because they were prepared just to try to pull at straws to try and make a negative or bad comp for Haaland. You know that. You know that for sure. That was the whole motivation. So City was trolling all of them. You could not have it. Not tonight. It's not happening. Let me see what's happening. Let me see what's saying in the comments. Actually, Hallow Banga goes, yeah, I agree with Charlie. We need to be more fit for the first 7 Prem games every season. Woo, I'm gonna talk to that. Bang on. I'm gonna talk to that for sure. Charlie goes, I stayed up until 4 a.m. the other night for the game. Power to you. That's proper dedication right there. Proper. We are 1 week behind every team right now. Pep let everyone had an extra week. But that's what we do, Charlie. That's what Pep does. Pep is he's a lover of football. He loves the game. He loves the league. He loves the intrigue. You know how many times he's kind of like taking his foot off the gas a little bit to keep the race close, to keep the intrigue, to keep things intense, to keep the drama going. Look at last season. Last season didn't need to go down to the last game of the season. What's going on with us drawing games? West Ham. You know what I'm saying? Could have just had the league done and dusted, but Pep's a lover of football. He likes the drama. Haaland is all over the advertising for the game versus Bayern. So presume he starts. Yeah, that's not a bad guess. And that would be terrible trolling. That's taking trolling too far. If his face is plastered everywhere and so hugely talked about, and then he doesn't show up. Zarif HD, my guy, thanks for tuning in. I can't get into this topic right now. You see what's on the screen. You see, I'm gonna deal with the preseason matches, player impressions. We're gonna get into our ex-City players leveling up the Opps. We're gonna talk about that, and I'm gonna get into the upcoming season and some of the fixtures because I think we need to do that. I haven't seen anyone dive into that just yet. Charlie's laughing at what I said with regards to Pep and slowing things down. McLovin goes, Pep just sold our players to rivals so he can flex different when we three-peat. He's a drama freak. Yo, 100%. Pep loves the soap opera. You see how he talks within the media at times. He loves the little wordplay. He loves the little back and forths, right? He's playing chess out here, 3D chess at that. So he's messing around, and I appreciate it for him. I see it. Now, I got to be clean as I do these. I got to be real clean as I do these.
Vader games.
These topics. Play your impressions with this preseason game. I want to hear from you as I talk about this as well. And let me put this on the screen. Let me put this on the screen again. Here we go. Oh yeah. Wait, what? I gotta get smoother with this. Thanks for bearing with me. So, first impressions, and we know first impressions are huge. I will never label a person or player based off of first impressions, but we know first impressions are really important. Those of you still single out there, you know how important first impressions are. So, Ortega for the debut, I kid you not, at times I had to shake my head. I had to be like, I thought Ederson wasn't playing. I'm not joking. The confidence, the calmness, the distribution. I'm not saying it was Ederson-like, but I'm like, okay, I like this. This is good. This is good. This is good decision making. Good placement of the ball. I actually don't think that he had kicked the ball wrong in terms of it going out of play. So I love the calmness that he was able to display. Ortega, I would say, first game impressed me. I think in terms of a backup, it was right on. McLevin goes, Ortega was ice cold, exactly what we expect from Eddie. Yeah, I'm just saying, we, in all fairness, as a keeper, we want like for like, and obviously they'll have different attributes, whether it's shot stopping, whether it's position play as a keeper, but they're going to have their differences. But in terms of distribution, we can't have that drop off at all. McLevin goes, say it. Big Morgan in the building goes, Ortega is a big character for us. I agree. And I love his confidence. Even with the player announcements, him boldly also reminding the world that Haaland has never scored against him. I love that. And I think we're going to need that presence, that confidence, especially as a keeper, because Edison has it, and for Ortega to have it is huge. Lewis Yates goes, his passing was impressive and confidence. If he can save two, then he will definitely put pressure on Ederson. And you know what? The pressure, don't hear it the wrong way. The pressure is not a bad thing. The competitive pressure is good because it keeps you sharp. It keeps you accountable. So I love that, because again, what are we looking at? Are we looking at maybe like 60 games going to be played if we go deep within all the competitions we're in? We got to be aware of that. And again, thank you all for tuning in. I told you at the jump that I was 4 away from hitting the centurion mark with regards to this channel. I see that many of you I'm seeing some new names in the chat, and you guys aren't snobbish. You don't hear my North American accent and think that I don't know ball. So you're here with the chat, and I appreciate it. If you're new, subscribe. And at the end of the stream, I'm going to check out the numbers, but I love the interaction that's happening so far. Daniel goes, I was totally confident with Ortega in goal. I was too. And really early, Club America, they were applying pressure. Let's not forget, they're already in season. So, and I saw how they were playing, that the ball movement was crisp, how they were defending and pressuring was on point. So it was a really good test. And Ortega getting the ball early and his distribution was nice. He made some actually very good saves. And even, again, this is what I look at. When you see the opposing players barreling down on you and coming in, I look at the poise, and I look at the body language of the keeper in terms of like their assertiveness and their surety. That's not even a word, but their certainty in terms of where they want to be. I loved what I saw from Ortega, and he made some really good saves. Chris Baker in the building, my guy. Eddie is under no pressure. He is vital to City's dominance. Ortega will play as much as Stefan. That's a fair expectation for year one. Fair expectation, because not only will Ortega have to gain the trust with Pep, but he's also going to have to show that he's going to do more than Eddie, in all fairness. So, but from a backup, again, it's good. I kid you not. I'd sit on my edge of my seat when Stefan was in net. No lie. All right. There's just some players that are on the pitch and you just can't get comfortable. You just can't get comfortable in your seat. You know what I'm saying? But let me go through. Walker, love to see that he was fit, running down that pitch. Still has the wheels. Man's 31, but he's like one of the rare. He's like one of the rare players that even high in age, physically will be able to do it for a while. And I don't think he's losing any pace anytime soon. It's just a matter of him being healthy and not being required to play every game, which we definitely shouldn't need. And I forget who mentioned it early in the chat, but that Cucurella vacancy or acquisition is much needed. But that's for another stream, not today. But Walker looked good. I will say this, preseason or not, I just want Walker. I want Walker to pick his overlapping moments better. It's something that I feel he does it at least once a game where I'm like, nah, Walker, no, not now. Now's not the time to overlap. And he overlaps, and then he's required to sprint back. And that happened in this preseason game. He needs to get it out of his system. All right. But I love seeing him healthy. Man looks fit, ready to go. Ake, professional. Man's left-footed, playing right center back. Didn't have a misstep in my opinion, but looked comfortable. And the fact that he's going to be versatile and we've kept him, thank goodness. I didn't have to wear black for Ake leaving, but his versatility, because he's shown that he can play center back, he can also play left back. So that's fantastic. And Mbete, man has some size on him. I'm talking football. Man looked good out there, and I think he isn't quite ready, but he's showing that he should be on the list. He should be on the team list, right? I think he should travel, because in terms of coverage, I saw some quality from him, and I loved it. Made some very good decisions early. I think the whole defensive line, I think, got adjusted to the pace of the game, because at first they were misjudging some of the long balls that were heading overhead, mistiming some jumps, but they settled in really well. And when he was defending and when the ball was near him, I trusted him. He looked good. And then obviously Cancelo's Cancelo, man. The man was quality. Possession ball, no worries there. Defensively, a few odd steps, which we expect from him, but good all in all. Now, what am I going to say? Let me go through these comments, because I know I probably missed a few before I get into the midfield. Chris, Ederson, as we know, isn't a great shot stopper. If Ortega proves to be, then 100% he can put pressure on him. Okay, you guys are having a convo in the chat on whether Ederson and Ortega may be giving up spots to each other in terms of starting. Fair enough. I won't engage in that too much. I think time will tell which one's going to earn it. But Eddie's got the spot. We know that Eddie's got the spot. We'll see how nice Ortega can be. Chris Baker also goes, Ederson is getting some stick. I have no idea why. You know what? I don't know either. And I think it's because the level of patience among people, I think, is just dwindling. I don't know if it's because of all these interactive apps. I don't know if it's because of attention spans dwindling. I have no idea what it is. But for whatever reason, people are already tired or don't expect Ederson to add to his game or add to his experience. I think that's really unfair, especially with regards to keepers. Keepers, as well as defensemen, they get better with age. It is what it is. So I thought people need to kind of chill a little bit. But the fact that we've got Ortega and Ederson is important. It's good. McLovin goes, Mbete played his part. Didn't have much to do, but showed he can compete and will become better. I agree. I agree, McLovin. That's a very valid point. And then we'll get into some of the other players that got subbed on. But let me get into the midfield. Silva. Ooh. Hated. Hate all these Barcelona rumors, right? But he's our player, okay? And as long as he's our player, he's committed to be our player. I'm going to support him. He's with us. And we know he's going to play every game, play till the end of the season hard, okay? But Silva, nice as always, man. Nice as always. And throughout the game, we saw how he was playing very advanced up the pitch, as well as KDB. And then later in the game, you saw him fall back, also do a little bit double pivot type action with him and Rodri. But his versatility, can't say much more about it. KDB now. I think KDB looked like he had a Red Bull. At the first kickoff, man was sprinting up that pitch, applying instant pressure on Club America, right down to the keeper, and was just amped up. In all fairness, the front line the forwards were, but KDB was moving, man. KDB was moving. I criticized him a little bit in terms of some of the passes he was making, some of the touches he had just seemed a little heavy, and it was, and I ended up tweeting this, like the third or fourth kind of heavy pass. I was like, yo, he looks like a little too amped up. He's a little, and I didn't even finish saying he looks a little off. I couldn't even finish and say the word off. KDB, bang, goal. And I am glad I was not live streaming that watch along. So, man looked nice. And again, not only will we get goals from KDB, but we're going to get fantastic passes. And this one particular point that I want to share with you guys, and I'm sure you notice as well, but I want to throw it out. I want to shout it out. KDB is showing to me, and I know we got Alvarez, Spider-Man, Sixth Sense, Spidey Sense, but KDB is showing to me that he's having that awareness where he's like, oh, I'm getting pressured here. I'm gonna just move the ball slightly here. Now I bypassed you, and he's now already transitioning forward to give the killer pass or to attack and get to that opposing final third. I was seeing that so many times, and if that is something KDB's been studying, analyzing, and now defenders that are going to like instantly go to press him now need to worry that he's going to shift and get past them. It's going to be a sick season. It's going to be a sick season for KDB. So I love seeing that. Let me go to the comments. And before I do that, I got it. Let me stay consistent.
Vader games.
So, where we go. Oh, you guys got into some topics here. Okay, let me see if. Oh man. Okay. McLovin goes, Silva did look off in moments. Yeah, it's only preseason for sure. Better not to be trying to drop his price. That's funny. So a little bit of Silva just throttling down, so his price evaluation drops a little bit. That's funny. These guys are still talking about the keeper preferences over here. Not mad at that. Big Morgan goes, KDB has a wonderful football brain, 100%, and that doesn't get missed. I mean, that gets kind of slept on a lot. And I don't want to go off on a rant, but you can have your preferences and you can have your comparisons, but there's no doubt today KDB is one of the best. There's no doubt about it. Give the man his props. He's doing his thing. This is going to be a fantastic season. I have no doubt about it. What else we got here? Yeah. Oh my gosh, KDB is pure. What, Chris? What are you putting up here? Big Morgan, top man. FIFA goes facts, Lewis. And what did Lewis say? Oh, okay. Let me go here. It's not giving him stick. I'm just saying that Ortega can put pressure on him. What's wrong with that? No, that's fair, Lewis. Facts. Pressure is absolutely fine. I agree with you. Now, when we move from the midfield and we now talk about the forwards. Forgive me if I get a little too giddy with this. All right? Get too happy. Expression on my face. But man, Mahrez looked good. Man just signed an extension till 2025. Family life is good. Man looked comfortable, nice and chill. I noted. Man was racing back. I know it's early in the season, it's preseason, but he's showing Pep, he's showing the team that he's going to be tracking back and he's doing his part defensively. I love seeing that because we know offensively he's always laser sharp and dialed in. So what Mahrez was doing, I loved it. What Grealish was doing over there. It is real. First year adjustments, first year getting acclimated, first year learning curve to City style of play. It's a real thing. And Grealish last year to this year, last game of the season or last few games of the season last year to this year, night and day. Man's confident, decisive, how he was attacking play. I don't know what it is. Does Grealish go on the pitch and have maybe like an onion and garlic sandwich before he plays? Like what is it that he's saying to these Opps that has them jarred and so mad at this guy? Like he needs to be mic'd up. I need to hear what it is to get under the skin of all these Opps because it's a pre-season quote unquote friendly match and they were trying to take this man out like they were Atletico Madrid. It made no sense. It made absolutely no sense. I don't know what Grealish does to do it, but he is a master at it. And if he's going to be winning fouls like this in the during the regular season or as the season kicks in, he's going to be serving up some great free kicks for Mahrez, KDB. It's going to be sick. What I want to say too is Grealish and his, I'm not going to call it hold up play because that's not what it is, but his close dribble, his ability to retain possession. And again, now that we have a really key player in the center in Alvarez for this preseason game, Pep is going to do a mad one. Pep is going to wild out. It's a new aspect to the game, and I'm excited to see it. First preseason game, and now we got to talk about the man in the middle, up front, Julian Alvarez. Man's nice. Young man is very nice. 2-footed, movement impeccable. Vision is only going to get better, surrounded by players like KDB, Silva, Mahrez. I love how he was running the channels. I love how he kept his head up. It's one thing you notice. He kept looking to see where the keeper was because he has that scoring mentality, but he was also had his head on a swivel and he was finding his teammates. Amazing early on in the match. And again, Silva and KDB early in the game were so advanced in terms of play. And maybe on another stream, I'm going to break this down, maybe with some stills. I'm going to find a way maybe to put up some video, but I'm going to talk about that another time. But looking at that was so clean. was so clean in terms of how he was looking for his teammates, and he found KDB early, got a pass a little too heavy, but then he's breaking and attacking the Opps, looks over his left, and I don't know how, because there are 2, 3, maybe 4 players in his line of sight, but he was able to whip a pass across to get to Grealish, and Grealish, good control, attacked the defender. In my opinion, if you guys remember this play, in my opinion, I think Grealish won a penalty, but the fact that Alvarez found him boded so well. I love that dynamic between them all. It was great to see. So I think Mahrez, Alvarez, Grealish was a great showing in terms of up front. Let me go to the comments real quick. Chris goes, I have a KDB pillow. I squeeze tight all night long. Hey, to each his own. KDB on a pillow. Not mad at you. Not mad at you. He is one of the best. And McLovin goes, the Rez. Yo, we got a Mahrez. We got an Alvarez. Men's were nice. Men's were playing really good out there. And I think it's only going to get better. So that is what I thought in terms of first impressions. Now, the second half with regards to substitutions, and there were a lot of them. Let me see if I can put this on screen. There were a lot of them. All right. So I won't go into crazy depth about them. Keep this light. Calvin Phillips. Oh my gosh. Pep is already doing a mad one. Pep is already showing his mad scientist. He had Calvin obviously play defensive mid, but he actually played center back. Pep's already moving wild. But the test to see his comfortability, it was cool. It was cool to watch. We didn't see Haaland. City trolling with no Haaland substitution. So if if City fans, rivals, were waiting up to see if Haaland was getting subbed off, it was too bad he wasn't. Obviously, we knew we weren't going to see Ederson or the veteran Carson. But Kai, that's how I say it. Correct me if I'm wrong phonetically in the chat. But man's nice. Man's skillful. Man was very skillful in getting the chance to play. I loved it. The thing is with the academy players, and I'll be honest with you, and in particular with Kai, is it's the size, it's the strength. That's the one thing that you're gonna have kind of doubts as you're watching the game, right? Whether they can deal with the physicality, and even just be strong enough to still own their space, own the possession of the ball when they do have it. Those are my only doubts with some of the young players. But from a skill standpoint, no doubt. Love seeing that. Now, the lap, would have loved to see him get more time as well as Kai. But the lap, I don't have to question him with regards to size of player, right? He's got the body to be able to play against these first teams. And the little bit that we were able to see with him being on the pitch was nice. Was nice. I want to see more of him playing, but great to see the youngsters out there. Palmer. In my viewpoint, and again, if you're new to this channel, thanks for being a part of it. Hit that sub if you're new. If you've been here before and you love the channel, share the channel. I respect everyone that's able to tune in and interact. Much love. I get to the comments when I can, and I'm also going to do my part as this channel grows to be able to give back. But Palmer now, he's legit. Palmer needs to get minutes. If I had to say to be like, of course I trust my manager, but if I had to say like, Pep, man, come on, we're here chilling, dinner, having a glass of wine. You need to get Palmer on that pitch more. You see what I see, man. He's got the skills. He's got the confidence. He's got the ability. I want to see more of Palmer. So Next preseason game, we'll have to wait and see. I know that Pep wants to have a mixture of experience, seniors with, I'm going to say juniors, right? But he wants experience with some of the new young players. But Palmer needs to get on that pitch more. I want to talk about, you know what? Before I talk about Lewis and McAtee, I need to talk about Esbrand. Esbrand impressed me. Academy, playing at his age level, automatic. Knew he was nice. But it's a different thing when you're now playing on such of a big stage preseason, looking just to impress and to warrant being selected or kept, right? To be able to play amongst the first team. He impressed me. His decision making, and when I say decision making, I mean like quick, instinctful, proper decisions with regards to the situation. I loved what I was seeing. Also, in terms of how he was reading the game, there's a few times where he had set it up where he was so advanced and kind of gave off a pass to get a proper give and go, and it was missed. I love how he was reading the game, and he put in a few quality attacks into that 18-yard box and gave a good cross that I believe got headed away from the defense. But great decision making. Again, like I said before with some of the players, my only question is whether they can deal with the physicality. Offensively, Esbrand, no, I got no problems with him. I like how he was moving out there. The thing is, defensively, being attacked, having to play against some of the best right wingers out there in the EPL, I need to see more. But I love what I was seeing. McAtee's quality just like Palmer. The problem is, hear me out. The problem is with City, our quality is so good. Our quality is so nice at City that for the players to get their chance, it's tough. It's tough, especially in that midfield, especially amongst the forwards, because of the quality that we do have. And I thought that McAtee, Palmer, Delap all look nice. Lewis looked good as well as when he got onto the pitch. I have to admit, I also like the little tricks and calmness. Nothing too boasty, nothing too over the top in terms of showing skill. But I love how they were moving out there, showing the calmness, especially McAtee. Little Ronaldinho influence with a no look pass that went on pretty well. But let me get to the comments. Oh man, and I missed you. Sorry for me going off and on for a while. Going back, McLovin goes, first season syndrome equals pep tax. Facts. The pep tax facts. There's no doubt. This is complicated. This isn't math. It's calculus. This isn't science. It's physics when you come to City. It's a different level. You need time. And to your point, Daniel, Grealish looks so confident. He even wanted to fight. I mean, yeah, he's a fighter. There's no doubt about that. For him and how he's been challenged on those pitches, you have to be ready to fight and defend yourself. Go into the comments. Really hope Grealish does well this season. 100%. Big season for Jack. McLovin. Oh, Spider. The Spider sense. Alvarez. He's going to cook again and again. Alvarez. Haaland. They're going to be nice. The pep tax is still real. So I would say expect a lot more year 2, but they're going to be nice. Don't get me wrong. Carson is the GOAT. No lie. All right. Yo, Yates, appreciate that. Kei Kai. Did I say that right? Kei Kai. Keiki. Yeah. Keiki. I think I got that. Oh, now McLovin goes, Kaike. Oh, that's killing me. I can't wait. I look forward to hearing it officially. Kaike. Kaike. All right. Much respect on that one. I'm going to bang through these comments. Grealish need to leave. He is trash. The nameless one. Yo, what? You don't know what you're talking about if you think Grealish needs to leave and he's trash. I don't know if are you an eye test person? Are you a stats person? Because either or, man's nice. Man's nice. You're going to be proven wrong this season. Trust me. Prem soon come. Trust me, Daniel. Trust me, guy. Trust me. Grealish is mint. I don't know what he's on. What would you say name was one? Grealish going 27 and all this hype around him. Sterling did more than him. No. Okay. Grealish is nice, even despite Sterling has done more career-wise. Grealish is still nice. Sterling is nice. Okay, there's no hate on that. I know the man gets hyped up, and he gets hyped up, but the man's nice. Raheem in the building says, yo, 100 million for a guy that brings nothing that City don't have. Hey, Daniel, you need to be careful, man. You need to be careful because if City is going to spend 100 million on this type of player, there's something in this guy. There's something noticeable that's going to be used. And when you're going to see it this season, I'm telling you, you're going to see it this season. Daniel goes, I invested my money in Esperance stocks. Facts. He's already nice. He's going to be nicer. Esperance is going to be nice. Feel free to like the stream, share it, subscribe. Yo, FIFA player, thanks, my guy. Thanks for putting it out there. I'm small channel, looking to hit the century mark. Whoever is going to be able to make that happen, and everyone that's been a part of it to get me to this point, deep and real love. Rico Lewis is only 17. Yo, and that's the maturity. That's the weight room. That's the growing into your body that's needed. And in all fairness, as you're doing that, we can all remember, as you're doing that, there's growing pains. Growing pains is a real thing. You get little nicks and aches, and because like bone is expanding, like muscle weight is being added. It takes a while to get used to. So we gotta all be patient with that. Foden, Haaland, Alvarez, the best front three. Woo! For City? Foden, Haaland, Alvarez, the best front three? I need to see more. You're talking about displacing Mahrez on that right-hand side. That's a good combo. Grealish is worth 35 million LL. Yo, Dragon of the West. You know what? These evaluations, I'm gonna clip this. Dragon of the West, the nameless one. We are gonna have this conversation. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna have this conversation because these guys are gonna cook. Grealish is going to cook. He was an apprentice last year. He's going to be a chefaz this year. He's going to be a chefaz, trust me. Big Morgan, maybe somebody at City needs to sack player recruitment department. Ooh, that's a tough conversation we're not having today. I'm wearing black. I'm already mourning that Zinchenko's out. I don't want to go too deep into that. I don't want to do it. You will get 100 by 9 p.m. in my opinion. Yo, FIFA player, much respect. Thank you so much. If that happens, I will be greatly appreciated. I'm gonna shout it out, share it on the socials. Now, first impressions, we went through that. We talked about it. Now we're gonna get into this next topic. We're gonna get into this next topic right here. And you know what I gotta do? Let me be consistent.
Vader games.
Ex-City players leveling up the Opps. Most recently, we got Zinchenko going to Arsenal. Arsenal. Before that, we had Jesus head over there. Sterling is at Chelsea. 2 London-based teams. 2 teams in the top 6. We're leveling up the ops, man. I get it. We look at the other leagues. There's no money in the other leagues. We look at the other leagues from a competitive standpoint, eyes of the world. You want to stay in the EPL. And because of the quality of the players that we have, it's not like they're going to go to a Newcastle. It's not like they're going to go to... Who are they going to go to? It's not like they're going to go to a lesser club. They're going to go to a club and still, again, because clubs being the top 6 have a chance to actually get into that Champions League play. Jesus Zinchenko going to Arsenal. They're not playing Champions League football this year. But Arteta's there. Familiarity's there. I get it. But we're leveling up the ops with proven winners. Men that have the battle scars, that have played with us late in the season, Champions League, proven, and they're versatile. I see what Arteta's doing. I see what he's doing. All right? It's not that he's poaching from City, right? Because obviously the players want out. The players have asked to leave. And sorry, in the case of Zinchenko, the pursuit from Arsenal is why he's out there. But I see what Arteta's doing. He's been here at City. He's been in the locker room. He's heard the conversations. He's seen the training. He's seen the adaptation from these players. He's smart. Go for what you know. Go for what's proven. Not mad at that. But I am mad that it's going to Arsenal and it's going to level them up and they're going to be nice. I'm mad that Sterling couldn't go abroad because they don't have any money out there, right? It was rumored January transfer window of a potential Barca move that didn't go through. Barca's got no money. They're pulling levers to sell off portions of themselves to get money now. They don't got money. And City, we're not accepting another layaway or pay us over 20 years type deals. Not doing that. So I get it. Sterling staying in the EPL and the fact that he's over at Chelsea. Again, another op that we got to see. I don't like it. I'm going to hate when we play them. Oh my gosh, I'm going to hate it. There's no denying that they're good. They're all good players, man. That's the thing. There's no denying that they're all good players. I'm going to hate playing against them. And I wish the landscape was different, that these players could actually go. You kind of see it, man. Like the stress of these players, the stress of last year's season. I'm getting some platinums in my hair right now. Platinum's starting to grow in. Too young for these platinums. Stress. Let me go to these comments. Hold on. No, I'm not going back to these Grealish talks, but McLovin goes, "Yo, Vader, Houston was rocking. My first time in America has been exciting and hot. Can't wait for Green Bay. Green Bay is gonna be amazing. I don't expect any crazy weather like what you had in Houston. Houston, they do have hot summers. And Green Bay, Wisconsin, I think there's a strong Nordic population out there. So the fans might go even crazier for Haaland, as that stands. Chris Baker goes, Barca are playing with fire. 100%. 100%. That's exactly what they're doing. But hey, and that's going to get me. You know what? Perfect segue talking about Barca. I don't think there's any avoiding us leveling up our ops, direct ops, or even challengers, because we're blessed with so much quality. our players are blessed with our team is blessed with so much quality, top to bottom. And so whether it's academy players, whether it's players that have been in battle with us for years, that have won trophies with us, there's a point where they have to go. And Sterling 27, Zinchenko, Jesus, 25, 24, around that age, still young players having to move on. Can't blame them. Can't be mad at that. All right.
Vader games.
Okay. We got to talk about it. We have to talk about it. Let me put this on screen. Whew. 2 preseason matches, and we've got Club America out of the way. Next up is going to be against Bayern on the 23rd, July 23rd. And then we get into the FA Cup Community Shield versus Liverpool. I'm not lying to you. I want that Community Shield. I want it. I want us to be sharp, ready to start off the season. And for me, the season starts with the Community Shield. I want a good showing. I want proper city-like football. I want us to be sharp right from the beginning. I'll be fair. Despite Manchester City only having 2 preseason games, the fact that we played Club America, who are already in season, I think that preseason match was worth 2. I think it was worth 2. You saw the intensity. You saw how they were defending. You saw how they were putting tackles on Grealish. I think all the players knew, okay, this is what we got to be ready for. I think that preseason game was worth 2, so I'm not too mad at that. We'll see what happens in that Bayern match. But that FA Cup Community Shield, I want it. I want us to be ready for it and to play our style of football and get the season, kick off the season the right way. I think obviously it's going to be hyped up a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of hype around that match, and I want us to be ready for it. Now, after that, we go into August 7th. So Community Shield is played on the 30th. Then we got the next weekend, West Ham. Next weekend, Bournemouth. Next weekend, Newcastle. And then, so 3 league matches. FA Cup for me, 4. 4 important matches. Okay, season kicked in, 4 important matches. And then we get interrupted with a 5th match for Barcelona, a friendly for charity. I'm annoyed by it. I'm annoyed of the interruption. Again, I know Pep's going to do the right thing. We're probably not going to be playing our key players. But I hate the interruption. 3 days later, a Barca match. And then 3 days after that Barca match, we're playing Crystal Palace. Then Nottingham Forest. 4 days after that. Let me count these games. 10, because I'm gonna look at on another stream. We're gonna look at the first 10 matches of the season. We're gonna do our predictions. You and me. We're gonna talk this out. We're gonna do our predictions. I'm gonna work out with the comments. But we're gonna have, and I'm counting the Community Shield. Okay, I'm counting it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our 10th match. Our 10th league match. Again, because I'm counting the Community Shield. The season kicks in. Community Shield. I'm counting that. I'm not counting that Barca. Barca is a friendly. But our 10th match. I don't know if you guys believe in numerology, but the 10th match is against Man United with Ten Hag. We need to be properly ready for that match. And the span that's got me, hey, I want to be fully ready, good to go, is because of these matches that are going to be coming in pretty quickly. 27th, 4 days later, 27th Crystal Palace. 4 days later, Nottingham. Nottingham Forest. 4 days later, again, Aston Villa. And then a week, 7 days later, we play Tottenham. But those are going to be coming in so fast. I want us to be ready. And I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna get into this upcoming season in more depth on another show, 100%. Let me go to the comments. McLovin goes, if Barca don't win trophies in the next 3 years, they're going down, unfortunately. Ooh, win trophies are so McLovin, you saying if they don't win their league, they don't win Champions League, they're going down. Ooh, that'd be interesting, and it'd also be important to see what the surrounding teams around them do. Other La Liga teams do. I hear you. It's not the Community Shield, Vader. It's called the English Super Cup. LOL. Yo, McLovin's on one today. I'm not mad at that. He's on one. Daniel. Oh, I'm not pretending the Tottenham game. I'm not predicting the Tottenham game. Ooh, you will not predict. Not mad at that. Not mad at that. Okay. Superstition comes in different ways. Not predicting it. I'm not mad at that at all. But you see what I'm saying with regards to the season. Before we know it, we're in it. We're in the season, and things are of quality. We need to be sharp. But we're gonna go into the predictions. You and me. We're gonna have the conversation, and we're gonna put it out there. I have no problem. Putting it out there. I got some ideas on how I want to do that prediction as well, but we'll get into that. We will win it all, in my opinion. Hey, love it. Love it. Love it. All right, let me go back. Okay. Big reason for the predictions and for us to do it is because we also know typically City has a slow start. Can't afford a slow start. We can't. The season is going to be interrupted with a World Cup. We need to be good right from the jump. We need to be sharp. I want that. So we're going to get into it on the next show. Next show for sure.
Vader Games.
Okay. I know maybe as you saw the comments, as you saw the topics, and I appreciate everyone for hitting that notification button before I went live to know when I was going live. I'm doing my best to keep this show nice and compact because, again, there's some content that I want you guys to be able to enjoy. But when you see the topics on screen as I post a thumbnail, you know what I'm going to get into, so we can have some fantastic conversation. And if you guys wanted to look anything up to have the combo, feel free to do it. But this last point here, Pep Challenge, dominate with the striker. I'm hearing it, and we hear it. We're City fans. We hear it from the rivals. Can Pep succeed with a striker? Can Pep make it work? Has he made it work? He hasn't shown to make it work with a striker. Now, I get it. They're saying that more so from a Champions League standpoint, but it is a fair point to bring up. It is something that we need to keep an eye on. But what I want to say is, from a manager standpoint, Pep wants that challenge. No one wants to play the game that you've won at the same difficulty every time. My name's Vader Games. I'm a gamer, okay? I don't game as much as I used to, but I'm a gamer. I'm nice. FIFA, I'm nice. Trust me. But you don't want to continue to play in the same difficulty because it's no longer challenging. Pep and a striker to be successful in league as well as Champions League is that challenge that I think everyone's kind of put onto him, and he's put onto himself. He wants that challenge. He wants to show that I can this game of football that I've challenged myself, that I want to perfect. Let me have all the tools at my disposal to make it happen. Let me have all these different iterations of what I can do within the game of football and the players. Okay, he's going to be challenged for that. And again, we as fans, those rival fans, they're going to be challenging Pep to see what he can make happen, right? And recent history, we know what Pep can do. But the last 2 seasons, he's had to do it without one. So recency, bias, short memories, whatever it is. Memories like goldfishes, they don't remember. They don't think Pep can do it. So he's gonna have to prove them wrong, but it's gonna be a fantastic challenge to witness. Pep can organize any team to play any way he wants. Yes, yes, Big Morgan, but I would say Pep can't organize a team to play 11, 12 men in the box. 12 men, I'm exaggerating. But Pep can't play to have everybody in the box. He can't play defensive counter football. That's not his style of play. Now, will he add that in terms of an element at times? Yes, because we saw brief moments of that against Atletico Madrid that showed another level of Pep evolution. But Pep is not anti-football. So I agree with your point. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just also taking it to another level. Pep can't play anti-football, what some of these managers can do. Some of these bum managers. Daniel goes, was Aguero not a striker? Was Lewandowski not a striker? Was Eto'o not a striker? He won the sextuple with Eto'o. Facts. But that's why I also brought up the recency bias, the goldfish memory, to be like, can he still do it? Can he do it now? And I'm going to love it. I am going to love it. I don't get into it too heavy with regards to some of the rival banter just yet because it's the off season. How much can you really say? But when the season kicks off, it's going to be great. And there's going to be an element on this channel where we're going to be addressing some of the haters, 100%. I also want to point out, actually Big Morgan goes, if Pep can't do it, we will get a man in who can. Who can, Carl? Who's commented? Oh, who's that referred to? If Pep can't do it, we will get a man in who can. Oh, you're saying if we can't do it, we'll hire Carl as the manager. Yo, that's a shout. That is a shout. I'm not mad at that. Shoot. I think I have to also say it's not going to be a smooth sailing remainder of the transfer window that I expected. And I appreciate you in the comments bringing up Cucurella and where things have kind of stalled or not happened. Obviously, the transfer window doesn't close until September 1st, so there's lots of time. We as fans, we're going to have moments of panic, right? But we'll see where all that lands, where all that goes. I do want to say that the Cucurella talk, the left back convo, what we need, how we're going to move forward is going to get talked about. This show, want to keep it short and sweet. I love the feedback. I love the commentary. You know how it is. If you're new, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I'm also going to be doing this content on Twitch. Didn't do it this time around, but it's going to be an element that I'm going to bring. I'm going to bring different content to different platforms. Hopefully you can follow me on both. Because I think I'm going to have a little more liberty with what I can do with some of the reviews that I want to do on Twitch. All right. So I'm spilling the beans a little bit, but that's why we're gonna kind of be on both platforms. And I don't think I can actually take the content that's on Twitch over to YouTube because of some of the restrictions. But we can have a fantastic combo. So yeah, please make sure you're following me, and in the description of the video, I'll make sure you can link up with both. What we're gonna do here is, as always, fan requested, and I got to give the fans what they want to a certain degree. But my shoe game is nasty. You sneakerheads, you shoe enthusiasts, know this. I show my shoes every show. The challenge for my viewers is to catch me in a duplicate pair. When I reach that 1,000 mark in terms of subscribed followers, I know 100% that I will be able to give back the footwear that I actually do acquire. My plug has guaranteed me that. And I know it's going to take a while to get to that number. So when we do get to that number, it's going to be more than worth it. 1,000 subscribers, shoe game that I have is going to be able to share it for giveaways moving forward. So I'm looking forward to it. All right. But today's shoe will be put on screen. I hope you guess on what they are. Again, Zinni leaving the club. I'm wearing black, so it's in themed. If you look closely, you'll also notice that I still have some of the protecting labels on it, on the shoe. So the true color isn't quite displayed here, but you're going to appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love as always. Check out this week's shoe on the shoe cam. Here we go. Okay. So let me say this. That is not actually blue. That is not actually blue. That's the protective strip out there. So it's silver. You can see all black. Zinni leaving City. But the shoes are nice. The shoes are nice. Hope you love the shoe game, the shoe cam. Fan requested. Had to give it. Had to share it. But I love every interaction. What this channel allows me to do, get football off my chest, off my mind, and be able to talk with you guys every time is huge. So I thank you for the love. Thank you for the interaction. Tune in for the next show. Make sure you got that notification button on so you don't miss out. And I'm Vader Games. Love as always. Why always me? Episode 37. We're out. Respect.